Hello and welcome. This is like the final House of Slaughter thing I got. So, we've been talking House of Slaughter like all week now. Good stuff. Actually, this story arc is way more interesting than that first story arc. And the main character in this one is kind of a weirdo. But he's a weirdo in a cool way. Gosh, I'm trying to get my thoughts in order here as I'm talking. I thought I was ready for this, and apparently I wasn't. Let's just look at the cover though. Isn't that monster awesome looking? I think that's super cool. This book feels like a Valiant book in all the right ways. So we kind of jump in where the last issue left off, with him remembering a case file, only my supposition was right. The case file that he's reading or remembering is what happened to him as a kid. It's how he got into the House of Slaughter. Monster killed his mother, didn't kill him. They pick him up, they take him, they train him, he goes through the trial. Somehow he survives the trial. Like, you see where this is all going here? You should see where this is all going because I think I spoiled it last issue. I said something like, and I don't know that this is true, 100% based on, man, hold up. No, we're going to shut up. I'm going to shut up. We're going to shut up. We will get to the spoiler section towards the end. All right. So the art here really works. It really, really works. When I say it's like a Vertigo book in a good way, oh, where do I start? There's a two-page spread of just faces. Yeah. And this is some of the most intense reading I've ever done. I mean, look, see the transition of the faces through different things as they're having their discussion, the different states inside of his head. That's what this is representing, is like the stuff in his head being altered. It's really just wow. Here he is like running. This art style absolutely cooks. This art style is fire when we get to this kind of like sketchy, the monsters around stuff. It fits the monsters in this setting really well because the monsters in this setting are like creatures of the mind. You know, they were birthed by the mind, they were birthed by belief. The fact that they're not rendered in like photorealism just helps enforce the fact that they're not photorealistic creatures. They're creatures of fear and shadow and darkness. They lurk around the margins of the mind, the margins of the world, picking away at it. And that's essentially what this monster talks about during his monologuing, which it started as a dialogue with Edwin here, but it eventually just kind of turns into a monologue as he's going on about stuff, and Edwin's just kind of along for the ride. The back half of this book is like, whoa. And I don't mean like lowercase WHOA. I'm talking like all caps, 48-point font. Whoa, oh, oh, oh. Like that. That's what I'm talking about. This book was really intense. Like, I make fun of these books sometimes because nothing happens. And I guess from an objective perspective, not a lot happens here because this is just him having a conversation. But the conversation is so loaded with weight and backstory that it's like somebody just put brass knuckles on and started punching your intellect with it. It's great stuff. Basically, they shouldn't have sent this guy on this particular mission because things I think are about to go really bad for him, which is a shame because I kind of liked Edwin. He was a weirdo, but a weirdo in a good way. There's a line in here I'm going to go back to. I don't know if I already showed the page. Oh yeah, good. It was on the page I was showing. Like, I don't think Children's and Family has a protocol for desecration of a body. Like, you can't just drop a line like that at the end of a page. When you do that, you know what happens, right? It's an immediate page turn. You got to go boosh and see what's going on the next page. You can't not do it. So, like, there's some good stuff in this book that makes you want to flip to the next page as soon as you finish reading a particular text bubble or box or whatever. Absolutely cool. So, we're gonna stop now, and we're gonna talk about spoilers here. So you got a few seconds, all right? So I'm giving you like now. Okay, there we go. You had a few seconds to avoid spoilers. This is your last warning. I'm gonna start talking about spoiler stuff. Okay, you stuck around this long. You're stuck with spoilers. As their conversation goes on, it looks like the monster Edwin is hunting The one in the lake is his paintbrush. That's wild. I didn't quite see that coming, but I didn't expect the paintbrush was the monster in the story. I should have, because that's how House of Slaughter, the Order of St. George does their introductions. For whatever reason, that slipped my mind while I was reading the previous issue, but that's what it looks like, and oh my gosh. The last couple pages of this thing are just great as they build up to what I think what the reveal was, which is what I just said. Like as it builds up to that moment, it just gets no, no. We whacked the camera. It just gets crazier and crazier and is fantastic. This feels a lot like classic Vertigo stuff does. The pacing, the intensity of it. It doesn't have chill, which is weird because a lot of House of Slaughter, a lot of Something's Killing the Children seems to like have like a chill button where nothing happens. This book ain't no chill. Anyway, that's it. So 3 out of 4 issues of this story arc, that's 3 out of 4, have actually been pretty good. So I think you could skip like issue 7 maybe, but its kind of nothingness sets up this other stuff to be more intense, I guess. So maybe it was necessary to do that after all. I don't know. But this issue is kind of like a whoa whammy. It's great stuff. All right, you all take care of yourselves. You have a great day, great night, great whatever you got going on. Awesome looking monster. Bye bye.